My name's Sid Lawrence. I'm a developer advocate at a company called Twilio, and I also run a small little company called WeMakeAwesomeSh.it. It's 5 of us. We kind of are a mix between tinkerers, developers, hackers, whatever you want to call us. We make stuff, right? Anyway, yeah, so we have worked with, in the last 12 months, we've worked with 30 different artists for various different projects and campaigns. And I was asked to come along and show some of the stuff that we've done, because we like to entertain people by making things that make people smile. And it's worked quite nicely with some music stuff. So, I mean, to begin with, it all started off, we created a thing called Instacat. So Instacat, nothing to do with music. Pictures of cats tagged on Instagram. This was it. Like, this is how the company started, believe it or not. I'm allergic to cats, and I don't use Instagram. But I knew that the internet loves cats, and the internet loves Instagram when the Instagram API came out. So we made this thing. It took us about 4 hours to make, and launched it about 2 years ago, and it's had about 5,000 unique visitors since we launched it. 5,000? What? 5 million unique visitors since we launched it. It's quite a difference there. And then, so, I am not a musician. I've always loved music, and I have the utmost, whatever the word is, respect, that's the word for anyone who is musically talented, because I am not. But so I'm a tinkerer, I make stuff. One of the things I did years ago, about a year ago now, was a really simple web-based drum machine, right? So you can go along here, and then you can just play different drums. Nothing special, but this was when the web audio stuff was all starting to come out. And then here you can also record it using SoundCloud stuff, and it goes straight up to SoundCloud. So this kind of was probably the first music tech tinkering that I properly did. And it kind of evolved a fair amount across various different projects. One of the things that I still love, which isn't necessarily that musical, but it's just a lot of, it's Connect Virtual Disco Deathmatch. So this is a Connect game, dance game. Me and Paul, who works at WeMakeAwesomeSh.it as well, we were sick and tired of our girlfriends beating us at Dance Central. So we decided to create one. Oh, hang on. We've got an Easter egg on Instacat that I totally forgot about, which does the thing from Super Troopers once you leave it there for 5 minutes. So just close that. So this was, yes, a little dance game. Me and Paul built this over a weekend at Music Hack Day London in 2011. Yeah. And it was this was all played within Google Chrome, so it's a web-based game that uses the Connect and various musical elements of it. This then started off us playing around with all different types of weird and wonderful pieces of technology. So this then went on to, so I made this thing called SoundCloud Phone Call, or Soundphone. Soundphone is you put in a SoundCloud URL and a phone number, and then it will call that number, and it will play the song down the phone to you. So if I try it now, hopefully this will work. We'll see if the internet has worked. Woo, phone call made. So I should hopefully, here we go, I'm getting a phone call. I'm going to answer it. Put it on speakerphone. Don't know if you can hear that, but that's playing that SoundCloud track down the phone to me. Just as a really simple concept to show some of the stuff that you can do. So, I mean, I'm not claiming that that's like a polished product or that it took very long. That took about 3 hours to make, just as for shits and giggles, right, to see if it would work. I posted it online and had about 6,000 phone calls made through it. About 50 of them were people spamming me. I should have thought about that when I made it, but the amount of times I got Rick Astley and Call Me Maybe down the phone. Call Me Maybe, obviously, yeah, ironic. I wish it was no, but so we then taking the sequencer element from, where is it? Ah, I closed it down. What an idiot. So we made this as like another prototype proof of concept. Phoenix track, you all know Phoenix? The French guys. Basically, you choose different parts of their songs. Now, I'm not musical, but yeah, I like to think this doesn't sound too bad, right? And it was just, again, this is all web-based, right? My whole presentation here is in Google Chrome. It's all online. It works across tablets, it works across phones, etc., etc. The joys of the web. So taking this like whole sequencer idea and kind of just working on that a little bit further, we wanted to create a mobile-based sequencer, but with a difference, right? So you're probably thinking that I'm going to talk about an app that you press buttons on and it does stuff.
Can you all get your phones out,
so this
turn the brightness up, and open up something white, like
we
a
were actually
blank
just
Safari
amazed
page,
that this worked.
and we can get ready for a quite
It's not a great demo of it. But what happens is it's going through the webcam. Everyone's got their phones out, and it's picking up where your phones are in the crowd.
What we're doing,
and then based off where your phones are positioned,
we're kind of capturing bright areas, which is what these black boxes are. And
where
we've got like an
phones are positioned, it then creates a sequencer from it. So that will press play.
And that's kind of it. It tries to match the bright areas in the picture.
It was just, again, just like a proof of concept, just to see if it would work. And it's literally just people in the audience just going like this. And then, based on where their phones are positioned, creates a different song. So that was our thing called iPhone. Yeah. And then we decided we wanted to make something totally random with a sequencer. So we hacked fish, like you do, right? So we green screened fish in a fish tank, and based off their position.
Now this really could sink or swim. Oh, guys, you're in for a great night. I've got like a whole book of them here. It's the right place for it. Well, thanks, man. Yeah.
So, based where the fish are swimming around in the tank creates a different sound.
Oh, yeah, they've moved. They've moved.
Now, I'm not sure if you can really call that a song
behind them
as
so
such.
that it's not just one single
it's just
note each
playing
time.
different
As
tones,
you see, it
obviously.
disappears after a while.
And that was, that was me and Adam. Do you know how hard it is to source fish? Right? Originally we wanted to get tropical fish and then have the different colors, the different colored fish play different notes. So, but we went to a tropical fish shop. This was done over a weekend, and we literally had 2 days to make this. And we went on a Saturday. They said, have you got a tank? No. Well, you need to buy a tank, and then you've got to wait 3 months. What? 3 months in itself I thought was ridiculous. So I went to another cheap fish shop, thinking they might not want 3 months for the water to settle. And they were happy with 24 hours for some cheap goldfish. And then I didn't really know what to do with the fish afterwards. Thankfully, Mozilla have claimed them as their office pets. So now if you ever go to the Firefox offices, there's 2 fish there, Biggie Smalls and Jay-Z. They are there, and say hello to them if you do. So then, moving on to the next one, Vineboard. So you guys have probably all heard of Vine by now. It's that little 6-second video thing. So here we had Rob, who's one of the guys at WeMakeAwesomeSh.it. He recorded himself doing all the different notes. And then you can add different effects to it. And we just did this one day, and quite a few people from all over the place sent in themselves playing this and little videos of them doing it. So this one here. Just seeing like people playing it, recording themselves, singing over the top of it, like we didn't really expect that. And like from everything, like we had, well, so that one was ace, and then there's like, that's just mental, right? Thanks. Like, it was an idea, right? It was, I wonder if, and then we thought we'd make it.
Of the national anthem.
Oh, and then and Ben Nunny, the guy who did the other one, also did God Save the Queen. So, yeah, anyway, I like to play around with technology and see what people can, like, do with it, I guess. So then, the guys at Novation really kindly sent me a LaunchPad, which is I'm loving it, even though it is just buttons, right? It's just buttons and lights, but because it's a MIDI instrument, as a developer, I can get it to do what I want it to do. And the first thing I did, so lights, squares, Tetris. So I made it so that I could play Tetris on my LaunchPad. Because obviously music, LaunchPad, Tetris, what? Just to see if I could, and I could. And it was surprisingly hard to play, but I could get it working nonetheless. So then, taking like the LaunchPad to do what you're kind of meant to do, I created a simple website at WeMakeAwesomeSh.it/MIDI. If you go there, download a plugin for your browser, then you can I get a little bit more sound on the laptop, please? Ace. So, maybe a little bit, that was my fault. So, this is playing different Vine videos from a LaunchPad. Now,
Cat song? What the fuck's a cat song?
now again, as I said, I'm not musical. If someone was musical, they could probably make a better sound from all of these different samples. But it was just a little proof of concept. Like, we could add, like, I mean, yeah, we could do SoundCloud tracks or, like, whatever, and it's just a website. So what I love is that anyone who's got a computer, or anyone who's got a LaunchPad, right, has got a computer, they can visit a website and then straight away use what it is that we've done. Now, I haven't yet seen any videos of anyone using it, but it's kind of, I haven't really publicized it as much as some of the others because it's still very much a proof of concept, and there's still quite a few ones that just don't do anything just yet. Some do. And then you can also like do stuff like, let me try and remember which one does it. Oh, which one? Man, this is like the best demo ever. One of them does it so it loops. There we go. So this one's now just going to loop continually, and then we'll have more looping. And then anyway, you can do like all kinds of stuff with it. Now, I've made this do this, right? So all this is buttons. And these buttons then, as a developer, I can make these buttons do whatever the fuck I want. It's ace. And it's just quite fun, right? So we then, just trying to think, yeah, so this is one of my favorite projects. We are big fans of beer and big fans of music. So we created the Beeraphone. So this is a MIDI instrument made out of beer bottles, going into GarageBand with a pitch bend.
Oh, the pitch bend, yeah.
This was, well, in fact, I think I say, quite drunk. Someone had to drink all the beers.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is 3:20 on a Wednesday morning. Mr. Paul King is currently kicking some beer bottles.
So this. So that was yeah, because we could. And then the guys at Leap Motion, which does this, which is like a motion sensor thing, sent us one, and this was a musical mixer. So Adam's another guy at WeMakeAwesomeSh.it. So we've got 3 stems from this Z track, and he's turning the volume up and down on the different stems. From simply just going like this over this tiny little thing. Like, that's just mental. So, yeah, that's our Leap mixer. And then one of like the client projects that we're most proud of was for Calvin Harris and for his 18 Months album. I'll tell you about it, but it's probably better to get the guy from Radio 4 because he describes it in a much better way.
Bjork, Lady Gaga, and Robbie Williams, and the idea is to create an app that you download.
So, for example, Peter Gabriel, all with words, and he's incorporated that into an app. But
so is the idea that you're kind of working on
some of the early apps with the artist in a way. Although ultimately the aim is that you then buy the music because that enables you to, I think, is the Calvin Harris app. So it's on my smartphone, and so you open it up and you see all the tracks that are on the album, and you can click one. However, it will only start playing if you start moving the phone. And what the app's currently saying to me now is dance, dance. So if I now start dancing, or really I'm shaking my phone around, you can probably hear the intro to the song there. But crucially, if I stop my phone, the song stops. And in order to get it playing again, I have to start moving again.
So you can listen to the whole album for free, but you have to be dancing. And it's a mobile app, and so it plays the first 5 seconds. Can you hear that? And then it stops, unless I'm dancing. And then it continues. And then if I stop, it stops. So yeah, it was a case of us going, wouldn't it be ace if you could only listen to music if you're dancing? And then Columbia got in touch and asked us if we had any great ideas for Calvin Harris, and we were like, yes, yes we do. How about this? So, I mean, that's kind of like most of our, well, it's not all of the stuff, but they're most of the music-based like tech things that we've done. And it's just, like, it's mental, the stuff you can now do. So, yeah, anyway, that's WeMakeAwesomeSh.it. That is music and tech that we dick around with. I hope you enjoyed it. Yeah.
Excellent. Excellent stuff. Great fun. Thanks a million. Next up again, we're very delighted to welcome